Hi, and welcome to my review of the Wonderland Apparition 2. This is a 2-person, 3-season backpacking tent, and this has been supplied by Wonderland for me to review. I haven't bought it, and they simply asked me to do a review. Now there's no obligation for me to give a positive or a negative review on this tent, so I'm going to be open and honest. But what I'm going to do today is I've actually found somewhere that's not muddy, and I'm going to put the tent up and let's have a little look around it. As you can see, it's actually quite a nice looking bag. It's a top entry one, so you get plenty of space to get the tent back in. Because there's plenty of space to get the tent back in, there's none of that trying to cram the tent into a little bag that it doesn't really fit back into, and I like that with tents. So let's have a little look at what we've got in here then. Right, let's see. There's pegs, footprint, poles, and the inner and outer tent. Unfortunately, we're in a wildfowl reserve, and that means Cora can't be let off the lead, so she's carabined on. What I have to say is, unfortunately, I've not read the instructions, so let's hope this is quite straightforward. I wouldn't recommend this approach because it's I think it's usually a good idea to read the instructions if you put the tent up, but I'm just bloody lazy, I'm afraid. Let's have a look. So up to now it's straightforward enough. There you go. So the poles literally just slip into the loops. And there we are. That's the Wonderland Apparition 2. It's all been put up now. The are enough pegs for all the guide lines and all the pegging points, which is nice these days. There is actually a nice vent here as well, which has one of these like stiffened rods, so you can open this up for a bit more airflow. But being a 3-season tent, it doesn't actually go all the way down to the floor from the Flysheet, so I can't imagine there would be any real difficulty with venting. Now what I do like is your fly actually attaches with clips, which you can clip and clip and unclip. That means that you can actually set it up fly first, or you can actually put the footprint down and set it up with just the fly and no inner, if you want to go really lightweight and tarp. And this, it's actually got a two-way zip on the fly, which I really appreciate. It's great for venting. Wow, let's just get this Flysheet tied back, shall we? So it's just a very simple toggle system, which is really difficult to do when you've got a camera between your legs. Who matron? Let's see. Okay, so there's the main entrance done. Now let's have a look at this Flysheet, and again it's another double zip, which again is very nice. And if we can get this on, again it's a very simple toggle system. But it does go back great. So there we have it. There's the entrance already. Good amount of ventilation. So let's have a look inside, just from the door. Right, so let's have a look inside. Right, so width-wise at the head, here is my now very muddy Sea to Summit ultralight sleep pad, and as you can see next to it there's plenty of room. Now if I lay down like this and my head is pretty much at the top where I'd be wanting to close the door, and my feet on 5'10", there is a good about 3-4 inches, I'm not sure if you can see, about 3-4 inches at the bottom for my feet, so I can kind of point them forward. And right next to me there is Cora. There is plenty of room for a very muddy, is it there? A very muddy and unruly dog, who, as soon as he gets in the tent, as always with all the videos, it's a tummy rub, belly rub, but there is actually, you know, lots of room in here. It's maps. Oh, there. Go on, go on, go on. Come on, sit. No, sit. She won't go out. No. No. How are you meant to do a bloody serious review of a tent when you've got a nutter like this? Hey, how am I meant to do it? You tell me, missus. I'm gonna turn my camera off and give her a belly rub for a minute. Right, I'm back. So I can quite comfortably sit up in the middle of the tent, not a problem at all. Loads of ventilation, absolutely tons of it. Now your pocket, you've just got one pocket, which is up here. You've got a hook for a light, and that's it really. I don't think there's anywhere really to put a washing line or drying line. Now let's just have a look what, if Cora will let me, let's have a look at how much space you get with the door closed. There we go. Nice. So, stay there, you. Go on. So it's not very dog proof because she's in. Come on then. Come on in. Lay down. You ready? You gonna come in? Come on then. Right, okay. Thank you. Right, okay. Oh God. Do you know what? Talk about wanting to be the centre of attention. So the tent porch has actually got the space for a Cora, but I wouldn't let her sleep out there, which means there's plenty of room there to cook as well, or cook depending on where you're from. As I said, you've got a second venting zip, which I love having that. I absolutely do. It's great. You can look out for the morning and I just don't know how I'm doing this video with her because she's on one, aren't you? Hey, aren't you? I think she thinks we've gone camping. She'll be waiting for a freeze-dried meal in a minute and walking around with her nose in it. She's gonna be gutted when we go home. Oh, you poor little dog. Oh. So anyway, look, there's plenty of room. I'd say as a one-person tent, loads of room in here. As a two-person tent, it's a bit tight. You'd have to be really friendly. Maybe if you like to snuggle up to your partner when you're camping, you get 2 mats in and you'll be okay. But for myself and Cora, there's plenty of space. Let me just get this zip. There we are. Yeah, so for me and Cora, plenty of space. It's nice and light. It's going to need a little bit of a wipe now because unfortunately everywhere is really muddy at the moment, and Cora is actually covered in mud. So what do I make of the tent? Well, on the whole, within its price range, I think it's a damn good tent. I think if you're looking for a roomy one-person tent for backpacking at the sort of the good entry level, if that makes sense, so not the really cheap end of the tents, but certainly not the upper end, I think it's a cracking tent. It's nice and spacious, it goes up well, the components seem really good quality, it's a nice ripstop Sil-Nylon, and I'm quite impressed. I like the fact that it's got big pegs as well, double venting zips on both the fly and the inner tent. So the next thing to do really is for me to take it camping properly, and we'll see how it manages out in the real world getting used. But up to now, yeah, decent tent. As a two-person tent, maybe not so much. I think it'd be a little bit cramped, but I am told that Wonderland are looking at creating a slightly larger two-person tent that'll be coming out later this year, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you soon.